3 Reasons to Investigate U.S. Navy UFO Incidents October 15, 2019 Merrick von Rennenkampf, former analyst with the U.S. Department of State's Office of International Security and Non-Proliferation, left his opinion in the article below about the importance of investigating UFO incidents reported by the U.S. Navy. 3 Reasons to Investigate U.S. Navy UFO Incidents Photo for illustrative purposes only. UFO sightings are matters of foil hat conspiracy theorists. That is, it was so until we heard the extraordinary account of retired U.S. Navy Commander David Fravor and his colleagues. Fravor, a career pilot, former squadron commander, is a particularly convincing witness to a still unexplained incident that occurred off the coast of Southern California in 2004. As Commander Fravor recalls, he, his weapons systems officer, and another two-seater Super Hornet Fahrenheit per R-18F were conducting a routine training mission on a clear November day. But his exercise is suddenly cancelled and his formation of two ships is instructed to deviate from a real-world vector unknown to Fravor and his fellow officers. A nearby ship, the USS Princeton, spent weeks tracking various radar contacts moving in ways that defied explanation. For the first time, fast-moving fighter aircraft are in the air when Princeton's hypersensitive radar picks up the peculiar contacts. Commander Fravor's Super Hornet and its accompanying jet are tasked with a closer look. For the first time, fast-moving fighter aircraft are in the air when Princeton's hypersensitive radar picks up the peculiar contacts. The CDR Fravor Super Hornet and its accompanying jet have the task of observing better. What happens next is best described only by Commander Fravor and one of the weapons system officers flying that day. In short, Fravor is amazed by an object, with no propulsion system or visible wings, that accelerated, slowed, and finally disappeared from view at extreme speed, like nothing he had ever seen. In Fravor's report, the USS Princeton radar retrieved the object 30 seconds later, 100 kilometers away. If necessary, this implies a speed approximately 6 times the speed of Fravor's superfast. Later that day, thanks to a combination of luck and steering skill, an accompanying flight was able to capture the object on video. Undoubtedly, the 2004 incident is unique. No fewer than 7 naval airmen, as well as surface warfare officers, hardly conspiratorial crazy people, reported this event firsthand. Perhaps most importantly, they are supported by radar, infrared and optical data. A series of similar events occurred 11 years later. Naval crews operating on the east coast of the United States reported contacts with objects that perform extreme maneuvers that defy any known or remotely conceivable technological capability. Like the 2004 incident, its reports are backed by sophisticated sensor data from various sources. The Pentagon has confirmed that the videos of the 2004 and 2014 to 2015 incidents are genuine, finally drawing congressional scrutiny. As with any UFO sighting, a great deal of skepticism is required. Carl Sagan's classic saying that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence no doubt seems true. It is important to note that there is no evidence that little green men piloted the objects that CDR Fravor and his fellow pilots reported seeing over the ocean. Having worked closely with Navy pilots, I can also confirm that this group of military airmen has a particularly unique sense of humor. Therefore, it is possible that Fravor and his colleagues are embellishing technical flaws with great stories of dating outside the world. But while Commander Fravor has admitted openness in a particularly entertaining account sometimes terrorizes deserted desert campers into UFO believers, it is unlikely that he and many of his fellow airmen are now playing the joke of the century hat to Fravor and his friends. If they are, this raises the possibility that these pilots have witnessed a technology far beyond the reach or limits of science. If these reports are accurate, and sophisticated sensor data indicates they may be, the features displayed by these objects represent a surprising leap from the technological status quo. As such, a compelling argument can be made to invest in the full investigation of these phenomena. As Commander Fravor aptly points out, a thorough and efficient study of these events would amount to less than a rounding error in the Pentagon's impressive $738 billion budget. Return on investment can be significant for some main reasons. Reasons to investigate. First, the national security implications of getting to the bottom of these incidents are beyond obvious. In addition to posing a serious risk of collision, determining the nature of objects, whether benign, easily explainable, or potentially threatening, is of critical importance. In fact, according to some reports, these incidents are occurring more frequently. Moreover, the advanced and challenging physics technology would be the holy grail for any nation given the undemocratic and authoritarian inclinations of some of the world's major powers. It is imperative that these capabilities fall into the democratic hands. Among other possibilities, a civilian-led rapid reaction force could be established to quickly assess such incidents, some of which occurred over several days. Second, without venturing into the debate about the causes of global warming, there is no doubt that Earth's climate is undergoing tremendous change. The Midwest USA witnessed several 500-year floods over a period of a few years. Powerful hurricanes fed by warmer waters hit the East Coast. Unprecedented forest fires devastated the West Coast. Companies expect to lose $1 trillion due to climate change over the next few years, of which the last 5 were the hottest on record. With researchers examining how clouds can be manipulated to combat climate change, the remote possibility of acquiring technology that allows indefinite flight time at extreme speeds deserves a particularly close scrutiny. Third, Commander Fravor argues that if he and the Navy's sophisticated sensors observed the same phenomena, there is a good chance that the technology he witnessed could move effortlessly through water, air and space at extraordinary speeds. If such a capacity exists, mere knowledge of it must lead to a fundamental shift in humanity's basic priorities in favor of higher and nobler goals. Perhaps most importantly, as one of the Navy fighter pilots who reported an immediate encounter, humanity is driven by curiosity. Throughout history, the human inclination to explore the unknown has made monumental advances in a short time. Given the small chance that what Commander Fravor, his colleagues, and his sensors observed, reflects bona fide technical capabilities, well-funded and effectively managed public research is not only warranted but must be prioritized.